Lizzie, tell me the truth.
Welcome to Miss Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most shocking Disney Channel fan theories. For this list, we'll be looking at the most interesting and surprising conjectures viewers have crafted to explain the happenings in Disney Channel shows and original movies. Do you think any of these theories could be true? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, Phineas and Ferb didn't exist. Phineas and Ferb. The titular stepbrothers on this show lived their best lives, building things and having an all-round good time.
I mean, no school for 3 months. Our life should be a roller coaster. And I mean a good roller coaster.
Their adventures often seem to rub their sister Candace the wrong way, though. More than that, she usually had a hard time getting her mum to believe her when she tried to expose their antics.
Okay, I give up. What am I supposed to be looking at?
No! It's not possible!
I'm gonna go get the cart.
It was right here and it was huge!
As a result, many fans of the show believe that Phineas and Ferb were just figments of Candace's imagination. More specifically, it had been said that the real Phineas had passed away, and that Candace kept him alive in her mind to cope with the loss. It's a somber theory, to put it mildly.
We'll catch up with you later, okay?
Wash away the horror. Wash away the horror.
Number 9, Jessie was Bailey. The Sweet Life on Deck, and Jessie. Bailey Pickett and Jessie Prescott were two characters with seemingly distinct and unrelated lives and backstories from The Sweet Life on Deck and Jessie, respectively. But both were brought to life by Debbie Ryan, leading some fans to theorise that Bailey had started a new life as Jessie.
I wish my dad had listened to me before taking away my tank privileges.
Did he really make you swim the Rio Grande with a 50-pound pack?
Yep, I still have dual citizenship.
Mr. Mosby's appearance in an episode of Jessie seemed to disprove the claim, since he and the title character acted as though they had never met before. Still, even our favourite hotel manager couldn't ignore the freaky resemblance.
No, I am telling you, Cody, it's uncanny. She looks exactly like Bailey.
Their interaction proved that the two shows were part of the same world. Maybe Bailey was just really committed to her new identity.
It worked. Well, it worked right up to the moment when you walked out when you were scheduled to be taking a shower and ruined the whole thing.
Number 8, Kelly and Jennifer were in love. Cadet Kelly. The easygoing Kelly Collins and authoritative Jennifer Stone didn't exactly get along when they first met in Cadet Kelly.
You're on my list, maggot.
You'd be on mine if I had a list.
I'll pretend that you didn't say that.
The characters spent a lot of time clashing, and things got intense, but numerous fans believe that the tension between the pair was a sign that they had feelings for each other.
If you hadn't joined the team, we would have never gotten this far.
The movie presented a male romantic interest for the girls, but it always felt like a secondary subplot. Meanwhile, there was no denying the chemistry between Kelly and Jennifer, as they argued and ultimately came to understand each other better. The romantic energy between the duo may have been unintentional, but we're pretty sure Kellifer shippers are here to stay.
You are my partner. And commanding officer. I work with you.
Number 7, High School Musical was an actual musical. High School Musical franchise. Most people don't use song and dance as their main forms of communication. What if the teens in High School Musical didn't either?
Come on! I don't dance. I know you can. Not a chance, no.
If Redditor Rockerface is correct, the movies were depicting one giant musical. In other words, everything from Sharpay's schemes to Troy and Gabriella's love story to the musicals we saw them put on were part of a play. Rockerface had proof too. At the end of the third film, the main characters watched the curtain close, jumped up in front of it and took a bow before the final curtain appeared. Whether that was their way of saying farewell or a clue confirming the theory is for you to decide.
High School Musical,
Number 6. Lizzie was dealing with a mental health condition. Lizzie McGuire. One of the best parts of Lizzie McGuire was the little animated Lizzie, who acted as a window into our protagonist's mind.
I guess that'll work. A plan this simple has to work. Ha! Ooh, should have seen that one coming.
A Reddit post from Theodore_Boozevelt suggests that she was more than just a cute little storytelling device. Indeed, it's been speculated that Lizzie was actually dealing with a mental health condition, and that her cartoon Mini-Me was just a symptom. But there's more. Remember how the movie featured one especially noticeable absence?
So, do I look okay?
Lizzie, I'm your guy best friend. You should really talk to Miranda about this stuff.
But she's in Mexico City.
The token excuse aside, there's speculation that Miranda too may have been an extension of Lizzie's imagination. To suggest that Lizzie's perception wasn't reflective of reality undoubtedly paints the whole series in a completely different light.
I'd like to see a lawyer.
Number 5. Kim was genetically altered. Kim Possible.
Must be so awesome not to be afraid of anything. Fearless, I am not.
Oh, come on. I've seen you wrestle a shark with your bare hands.
Have you ever wondered how Kim Possible was able to kick butt on missions, find time to socialise and excel at school? We're tired just thinking about it. Yet she never seemed to break a sweat. It all felt like a lot for a regular human being, let alone a growing teenage girl. Well, if Redditor Nacho Naco is to be believed, our protagonist wasn't a normal adolescent, but rather a genetically engineered or modified one. Kim's DNA being tweaked would certainly help explain her athleticism, energy, and strength. After all, not many people could naturally accomplish half of what she did in a day.
Booyah, Kim!
A cheerleader?
That'd be Kim Possible. She can do anything.
Number 4. Raven's visions weren't real. That's so Raven. Raven Baxter was a teenage psychic. Or was she?
What? Ray, did you just read his mind? I don't know. Something weird's going on.
One Redditor seemingly wasn't content with the idea that the show's protagonist could see the future thanks to her genetics. So they came up with a story that flips the premise of That's So Raven on its head.
Oh, and Ray, remember when Nana gets here? No talk about being psychic.
According to their hypothesis, Raven had suffered unspeakable trauma as a child, and her visions were merely hallucinations. What's more, the user speculates that her brother Corey never survived birth, and that she was simply imagining him throughout the course of the show. As far as fan theories go, this is definitely one of the darkest ones out there.
You happy? You see, you broke Bob's heart.
Number 3. Magic Weakened Brains. Wizards of Waverly Place. The Russo siblings, especially Max and Alex, often found themselves in hot water after misusing magic. It was usually because they hadn't thought their plans through.
Because whatever you were doing to this dummy was happening to this dummy.
Oh, that's what the mimicking mimic means.
I told you we should have read the manual.
Is it possible that there was more of a sinister side effect involved, though? According to one fan theory, the more magic wizards used, the more feeble their minds became.
Now that we've got safety out of the way, let's rock. Slippery.
We have to admit, it's not the wildest idea. When the Russos used their powers, their brains arguably got a break. So it would stand to reason that if they went overboard, their minds would progressively weaken. The eldest sibling, Justin, practiced wizardry relatively sparingly and responsibly, and he was usually the intellectual of the group. So it makes sense.
Allow me to introduce Professor Russo, who's taking my place as headmaster of WizTech.
Number 2. London went to Hogwarts. The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. It's safe to say that London Tipton wasn't always the sharpest tool in the shed, often coming across as clueless and naive.
Now, are you familiar with the gear shift?
You mean the Prindle?
The what?
The Prindle.
Are you referring to the shift lever that says PRNDL?
We typically blamed it on her wealthy and privileged background, shielding her from life's realities. And most of us accepted that explanation, but not all of us. Picture this instead. London Tipton was a witch who attended the Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. As such, she was having a hard time adjusting to Muggle norms.
This is where you eat? Where are the tablecloths? The candles?
That's what a popular Tumblr theory surmises. It would be an unexpected crossover, but one that we'd love to see confirmed at some point.
And I did it. Yay me!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Miley's blonde wig was magic. Hannah Montana. We had a lot of fun watching Miley get the best of both worlds, but it always seemed a little odd that nobody could tell that she was pop superstar Hannah Montana.
So you were in the limo when I was upside down?
Yeah.
And backstage when I was hanging out of the window?
Yep.
And when I hid in your bass drum and rode on your tour bus all the way to Phoenix?
You did what?
Nothing.
Putting on one blonde wig shouldn't suddenly make you unidentifiable, right? Well, what if it wasn't just any blonde wig? Some fans think the pivotal hairpiece actually had the power to entrance people, so that they literally couldn't figure out Hannah Montana's true identity.
Sometimes life gets complicated and people get put into situations that are complicated.
Granted, a magical wig sounds a little nonsensical, but the alternative is that none of Miley's peers had ever actually looked at her, so maybe it's not that far-fetched.
Ta-da! Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Ms. Mojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.